What's going on, everybody? I am Shawn,
I am Park.
and we are TDSFX. All right, so we figured we would do a little check-in with you. This has been being worked on since, like, the first of the year. Like, we came right out.
I don't think it was that long.
I had it at NAM. NAM was in January.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't even. Yeah.
Yeah. So
This is December.
maybe even December, yeah.
We started coming up with the concept.
Oh, we started talking about it back before Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Yeah, we started talking and trying to figure out what we wanted to have done and how we wanted to do it.
Wow, we're slow.
We're real slow, sir. I had the idea to do it myself back in July. So I'm real slow. But yeah, that would be part of the history, I guess. I was going to start this by myself, and then I know along the line somewhere, I was like, I'm going to have fun. I need to do this with a friend or with somebody else that's smart with the stuff and that's got good designs and that's easy to get along with.
And I was last on the list. Everyone said no.
Actually, you were the first on my list, and you said yes because you're stupid. But you said yes, and so far it's been really easy. You've been super easy to deal with. Making decisions on stuff. We've had a couple where we've had to make decisions where the other person wasn't there. So we've always kept the other person in mind when we made the decision. And everything's worked out really well. I cannot design a PCB board.
I have basic knowledge. I get very aggravated trying to design a PCB board, but I know how to usually manipulate it. You know, so. But we have ideas.
Yeah. Which, by the way, he has his own company that he is not stepping away from, but he's definitely allocating time that would normally be for his own thing to come over here and do our thing, which is incredible because he does really, the way he manipulates stuff, like you got a couple pedals that I tell everybody about. I always tell people about the Dagon. If you don't like Klons, you'll love the Dagon. That thing is so goddamn violent. It's such a good pedal.
Everything I'm doing on my end is being completely redesigned and redone. So it's almost like starting over again. And I'm not going to put anything out until all that's done. So everything, it's not, I'm giving up on it. I'm just putting it on hold and redoing it. And while that's being done, working on this.
So this is the segment drive. It is not complete. We have had really good luck. And by the way, again, I cannot design a PCP board. He doesn't like headaches, so he can't design a PCP board, but we know people that can. I have been a collector of pedals for way longer than I care to talk about. I have some builders that I absolutely adore, and so far nobody has said no.
Yep.
There's a lot of luck involved in this. Either that or I've just created relationships where decent people are helping decent people. It's one of those things that, never have an idea and give up on it until you have no other resources, right? So this one here is designed by Shay over at This Heavy Earth. He has an amazing company. If you do not know who This Heavy Earth is, please, I beg you, go take a look at his stuff. His stuff is amazing.
It is phenomenal. I just recently got my first 2 pedals of his, and they're absolutely awesome.
Yeah, and he's a sweetheart too. Like, if you want to buy off a small builder who's just a good freaking human being, that's Shay. He's such a good dude.
And the graphics are wicked.
Yeah, he's smart. He does everything smart. I don't think he's ever really made a dumb move.
And he likes sitting at a computer and designing PCB boards, which I can't stand.
Yeah, and he's very good at it. And when he explains it, all I hear is Charlie Brown's teacher, because I'm stupid as shit. All I hear is... But Shay is very patient. He's being very supportive, and he's doing a lot. He's 100% behind the design. We had what we call a treatment. We knew what we wanted to have, what we were shooting for. Now Shay takes what we're shooting for and designs it.
Makes it a reality.
Yeah. So essentially, if you really want to be a stick in the mud, this is a This Heavy Earth pedal, in a sense.
Collaboration.
Everything's a collaboration with us anyway. But what it is we commissioned him to design the pedal. And like I said, he, I don't know, he woke up on the right side of the bed and said yes, and then he was like, why did I do that? Yeah. But he's done a phenomenal job. We're running into a little snag that we're just not happy with.
Yeah, this is version 1.
Yeah. So Shay's got a little bit of tweaking he's going to do. He's actually going to build one of these himself so he can hear what the hell we're talking about. So this is kind of like, there's this one and the one that you built.
Yep.
That's it. That's all we got. So we're keeping references. So he'll have one there. Well, I'll have one. He'll have one. I'll probably have to send mine to one of them to have them update it because I have a lot of learning to do. I'm still getting comfortable with soldering, which I'm getting better. But that's just, it takes time. So something I'm going to be super quick with. There'll be absolutely nada pre-sales on these when they are done. Our tentative plan is to start a sales page on Big Cartel. And when they're available, we're going to dump them on there. First come, first serve. You buy them, we ship them. They will already be built. So when you order them, I'd say within a couple days, they should be out and towards your residence. When will that be? Keep an eye on TDSFX. We will not go on 2 hours after we throw them up on the page and go, hey man, they're up. If you're watching our page, you will have a head start.
Yeah, we'll have an announcement. We'll have a hey, keep a lookout. So it's coming. Then we'll announce it.
I think it's fair to say too, once we have one that we're 100% comfortable with, we know that it's going to be worth your money. It's going to do what we want it to do. And he plays differently than I do. And if we're both good with it, and Shay, who's designed the board, if he's good with it, all three of us are good with Jesus.
Yeah.
If it makes it past all three of us assholes,
it'll cover
anybody. Yeah. Maybe not the guy who wants to play worship, clean stuff with echo and stuff. This will not be your friend, I promise you. This is going to be violent. It's going to be useful, but can get very violent. So whether you're playing classic rock, metal, death metal, crust, whatever, I want it to be able to cover everything.
You can even say hot blues in a way. If you're using hot rodded blues, you can probably use it for that.
Especially if you're using like a clean channel that has a spank to it. Yeah. Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, you could do blues with it for sure. The graphics, right now, it just seems like women that aren't very happy with anything, really. I don't really want to say they're just like our bees, but they're not happy ladies. They don't look happy.
You're quite evil.
Yeah.
Suck your soul.
Very pagan, I'd say. Yeah. Very pagan. Pagan in nature. They some witches.
I think that's going to be the theme for the first set of pedals.
Yeah. And if you don't like these graphics, what our plan is maybe once a year, change the graphic, but not the pedal. If the pedal's doing good and we're happy with the pedal, that pedal will be like that for infinity. I don't think V2 of anything's going to work. We will just redesign a whole new pedal from the ground up. Yeah. And if no one else is interested in the segment drive, whatever the next one that would take its place is, will literally take its place. Because I don't think we're going to have more than, we say 5? More than 5 in rotation at a time?
Yeah. No sense of having 10 different overdrives or whatever. Just, there's one of what we need. Overdrive, distortion, boost. Your favorite, fuzz.
Which we're actually not calling it a fuzz pedal, oddly enough. We're calling it a doom pedal. The doom box. Sort of like a boom box, but it's a doom box. Basically, it's full of hate and reasons to fuck your mom. But, yeah, I'm still me, by the way. But it's going to be a useful doom pedal, and we have a really good idea that actually Park brought to the table that just sounds really, really smart. And the only dumb part about the whole thing was he didn't bring the parts so we could try it.
Yeah. Kind of forgot it on the table.
Cable's keeping it warm for him. But it's easy enough for you to send me those two, and we can talk remotely about where it's at, what we think it needs. And he knows how to manipulate and stuff, so if I tell him something like, it'd be kind of nice to see like a little more presence dipping into, I don't want to say what it is yet, because if it doesn't work, then we kind of like blow our nut and upset people, so we don't want to do that. But that's actually going to be pedal trace. The deuce plus one. Plus one, the deuce trace.
Pedal 2.
Pedal 2 is in the works as we speak. Pedal 2 will be a boost. We're looking at, I believe it is pronounced Beal, but it looks like bile.
Yeah.
Or it's bile, and looks like bile. I'm a dum-dum. I don't know. All I know is like it's when Satan and his crew goes out partying, she's the asshole to make sure everybody is having a horrible time in hell. Yeah. It's basically the lore, and it's lore that is brought on through... it's not Norse or anything. It's, what do they call it? Celtic. There we go. It's Celtic lore. She's pretty. She's pretty angry.
Yeah.
she's not of health, if you want to go that far. She's not of good health. She's definitely a creature. But Richard Slits from TDSFX is designing that pedal for us. And again, I could not be happier that so far everybody involved is really who I consider top of the game. They're really, really good at what they do. And for them to not just go, I'm going to make them a shit pedal. You know, these guys here, they're like, they didn't put much thought into it. They're like, fuck yeah, we'll do that. And with everything that we do, again, we can't design a board. We can come up with ideas, treatments we call them.
And actually, we've gotten a lot of compliments on our approach and ideas, what we want to do. Like stuff they didn't think about, which I think that's a great compliment.
Yeah, definitely. And it's also pretty humbling, too, to know that your idea was good enough that people who don't fuck around and are very good at their craft are like, oh yeah, let's do this. That's how you know you brought something good to the table. Because if you brought something absolutely stupid and shit, anybody will take your money, but they're not going to be excited to do it. You know?
Why we need another one of those? You know, there's already 100 of them out there. You know, so we're trying to come up with stuff that is very useful but unique and just not out there. But we always talked about, like, wish this had this. Why doesn't some of these pedals have this? We're trying to incorporate those things into a design, and so far we got a lot of positive results.
And actually, even pedal number 3 that we don't talk about, that it's called the Doom Box, that we don't talk about, that's even going basically along with this. Like, the segment drive is based on a very popular overdrive and a not so popular these days, but back in the day, very popular preamp. But instead of it being 2 pedals, they're working 100% in tandem, which is different because most pedals have it separated. This does this, this does this. These are working 100% in tandem together, and it's creating quite a unique little thing. I think that's part of why we're running into the problem that we're having right now is no one's really done it. So the values make sense when you look at it, but then in reality, some of the values didn't really make sense, but they're very, very tweakable and fixable.
Yeah, we just have to. We're just fine tuning the EQ.
Yeah, really, that's it for the segment drive. We just essentially it's not getting enough highs for my dumbass because I like my highs.
Yeah, I want more of a sweep on them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So that's really it. We got the gain stage figured out.
Yeah, the gain stage is great. The gain stage is like crazy useful. It gets violent enough for anybody. If you need more than what that thing's got, then you've got problems.
Plenty of volume.
Oh yeah. Everything on it is sweet except for the tone shaping capabilities need a little help. They need a little more upper end values.
Yep.
They got plenty of lower end values, but they need upper end values. So basically, it's just taking the sweep and moving it from here to over here.
Yep.
Over here now. And then the second pedal is
The boost.
it's a boost, but it's not based off anything. It's you can make two pedals to do what it does, but it's going to be one pedal, and again, it's going to work on tandem.
That's the plan.
It's just something that just never has really been thought of, really, or it's been thought of and never been attempted. For whatever reason, I think it's because, none for nothing, if you sell two pedals, you can make more money than you do selling one. Yeah. And we're infinitely lazy people. Building one's good enough.
Yeah.
We don't need to build two.
Well, that's part of our concept. We want to build something good quality, that looks badass, but we're not raping anybody either. We're trying to make it affordable, and
we want it to be an experience too.
yes,
We want the packaging to be fucking cool as hell. There's going to be little trinkets and stuff inside the packaging, and picks and stickers, and we're not talking like one pick, one sticker. No, we went pretty balls out, and everything came out really good. I will say that.
oh yeah,
We have stuff, but we don't have the product yet. But the stuff we have to put in the boxes, I'm floored by the companies we decided to use. Nailed it. They 100% nailed it.
yeah. Planning on having T-shirts done with the graphics, because the graphics are just sick.
Sort of like this, we'll have plain ones, and then we'll have some like the segment drive, the artwork that's on it. It's been manipulated for T-shirt versus the actual pedal, but it is the artwork, and the way it got put together. Every once in a while, you get shit lucky. You put something together, you go, "Yeah, I'd fucking wear that in a minute."
Hell yeah.
And it just worked out really good. And as far as using art, yes, we're breaking a lot of hearts. There's going to be some people, artists out there that do make a living doing a lot of stuff for everybody art-wise, but we decided to do our own art using existing drawings and using IA.
And filters and other ways to
all kinds of manipulation ways to create our own art in our own way, because neither one of us are really amazing drawing human beings.
And we're not rich either.
No.
So
Yeah, and we're going to keep this really affordable. Like, we're looking at around $159 if everything goes smoothly.
yeah,
Obviously, there needs to be a certain profit margin so we can go to the second pedal. If we're breaking even, then we're just wasting a shit ton of time and money. The first pedal, we might as well just say that we're paying to put it out.
yeah.
We're hoping that when this sells,
We can.
it will pay to put the second one out.
And it'll just keep going forward.
Yeah, and it will eventually build a brand that, one, becomes very synonymous with making great pedals, being involved with great companies. That's another thing I hope to do is all these people that are going to help us are going to be small builders and builders that we love.
And we want to highlight them and bring them up. Like, these are the people helping us. Please look at their stuff, because they're doing amazing stuff.
Yeah, because we're not going to go to somebody and go, "Hey, can you help us with this?" if they're not good. Just going to put that out there. If we ask somebody for help, it's because we genuinely think that what they do is awesome. And the way we want to build, too, is a little different, too. So some of them have to actually really put their thinking hat on, because they don't do things that way anymore. We're doing it very
Old school.
Very old school. Yeah, so everything's going to be, fingerprinted, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little different.
It will be no overseas manufacturing, really.
No. Everything will be, some parts you can't help it. The only place you can get them is from overseas, like is it transistors? Resistors.
Oh, just about everything electronic comes overseas. Just about everything.
Buy it for a penny. Buy it for 10 cents.
But as in being assembled, the only thing that might be done overseas is the actual boards being made.
Yeah.
All the components and everything will be hand done by us.
Yeah. And that's just because there's no options here.
Yeah.
If I am
Very few.
knowing that right, and this is coming from us doing he's been doing this for a really long time. And when I was going to do it myself, I was doing a ton of research and talking to a ton of builders, and I can't say who, what, and where, But some of those overseas options will be happening here in the United States. And I think that when that does, that particular person or persons is going to change the game.
I hope so.
So do I. I hope they have a shit ton of... I'll buy my stuff exclusively from them.
Yep.
I gotta remember to say we. We will buy our stuff from them without question. Even if it's a little bit more.
Yeah.
One, supporting another U.S. company that's small. And when you do that, you're going to be taken care of better. I don't think the person we're talking about, when they go and do that, if something's wrong, is going to be an asshole about it. The thing is, let's get it fixed, let's get it working, everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It might take an extra minute, but that's why we're not doing pre-sales. We are not going to be tied to somebody else's timeline. He has a full-time job. I have a full-time job.
And we don't want to hold anybody's money up.
Yeah. And we don't want, again, it becomes very stressful. And this is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
We're trying to have a good time. You can't have a good time if you're stressing out all the time.
Not at all.
Fuck stress. Stress sucks.
And we know other builders that have done the pre-sale, and I understand the pre-sale game. Sometimes you have to afford to be able to build a part, to build the pedals or whatever you're building. We're not in that position.
Yeah, and we do very small builds too. We're not building like 100 or 200 pedals. There'll be batches of anywhere between, I'd say a small batch, 25.
Yeah.
Or we'll call it an average batch, 25.
25 to 40, I think, is going to be the max.
Yeah,
at a time.
50. Yeah, I think 50 because of the pricing. If you get to 50, you actually get a pretty good deal. And that our good deals means we keep prices lower for other people to buy. And we want to be able to give a top quality product. And that's nothing against anybody who charges more because that is what they do. This is not our full-time job.
Yeah.
This is sort of like a passion project, yeah?
Exactly.
And it's more about giving, yes, a great product, but it's also celebrating awesome smaller builders because really at the end of the day, every time one of these gets released, we're going to be like, this was designed by A, B, C, or D. And who knows, maybe at some point you get like that real super sweet dream scenario where like two of your favorite builders are working together to like build you this badass fucking thing, you know? Who'd say that might never happen? It could happen, you never know. We haven't run into it. So far we have just two in R&D. I would say 3, but I can't. But there's a table working on it, I guess, in Indiana.
That. and I've already talked to someone, and they are looking at, can it be done? We didn't have that discussion the other day when we had him on the phone because we were working on that one.
Yeah, first things first.
But yeah, he's taking a look at it. So.
Yeah. And if it works out, we got to try the theory out separately.
Yes.
That's a very vague way of saying it, isn't it? And then if it works, then it's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah. If it's the direction we want to go for a Doom box, then yes. If it's not, then we'll work on something else.
Yep. That's for sure. And we have a 4th one in discussion, I guess we could call it.
Yeah.
And that will basically... Okay, let's just face it. It's right up. It's my thing, for sure. I'm known for it. I'm known for like either messing them up or showing that they work, and then you can get some that don't cost a lot, some that do cost a lot, and why they do cost. I can explain it to you at this point in time. I know enough about it.
It's not a reverb.
No, it's not a reverb. Nope. Although, I did see a pretty awesome graphic today for what would make an awesome reverb pedal.
Yeah. I don't like reverbs. I'm just saying. Pain in the ass.
Yeah. I'm never saying that we're not going to do it.
No, I'm just not looking forward to it.
But neither one of us use reverb. And we're allowed to be selfish fucks if we want to. I mean, really, if they weren't hard to build, I guess that's what I said. They're hard and expensive to build, right?
The ones I built, the parts were not cheap. And there's so many good ones out there. So it's almost like, why? Unless we can come up with something very unique to work with it, then I guess that's a later discussion. That's a later.
I don't even think we can do one unique. You get guys like Daniel from Litchler that's retraining people how to think about certain things like reverbs and delays and stuff. Like he's making Strymon look stupid. Let's just put it out there. Like Strymon's been a big name in the delay and reverb thing, and Daniel from Litchler stuff is just better. And half the fucking price. And it's better. Sorry, Litchler. I'm not supposed to let the secret out, but I just did. You're better than Strymon. So, and he's a way nicer human being. I'm just going to put that out there, too. Unfortunately, he doesn't do through hole, and that's the way we're going to be doing it. So, unfortunately, Daniel will not be designing a pedal for us, but he did say that he would like to do a collaboration with us in the future.
Okay.
So that is that's pretty cool that he didn't zero it out, but for what we're doing, he doesn't have the tools to help. So at least he was honest about it, and everything he does is rock solid awesome. So, and he's one busy son of a bitch right now too. So, you know, my feelings are not hurt. Yeah. Daniel's a very good friend of mine, and he's super smart. Like if we ever needed help, like we couldn't figure something out, he's definitely somebody we could call for help. You know. So it's one of those things where, as far as designing something, right now, there will be no, Lickworm. I think it's actually how it's pronounced, but I call it Litchworm because I'm an asshole.
Yeah, I like it better. I like Litchworm.
He likes just worm.
Yeah. Sounds a little.
It's like worm food, but you know, Kenny will actually appreciate that. He loves that Death Metal shit.
Sounds a little more evil.
Yeah.
So, there's another builder that we haven't talked to yet that we'll love to work with, and we'll talk to that person. And,
oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like we might not be able to work with him because he's extremely busy.
Yeah.
But that discussion's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We would be dumb not to talk to him.
Yeah. I wouldn't know half the stuff I know without him.
I think half of the pedal building world would know half what they do, or wouldn't be able to do half of what they're doing. Fuck, just the tools he builds. I bet 90% of the fucks have them at their workstation.
One of the nicest guys and so informative and funny.
Yep. Dude, we're gonna be standing in front of him next year.
I'm gonna be drinking beers with him.
I don't drink.
I know, but that's your
I'll
problem.
be hanging out, though.
That's your problem.
Hey, I don't have to drink a beer to hang out.
That's true.
I'll wear a Speedo and I'll be the entertainment. I don't give a fuck. I'll be there. But yeah, basically, this turned into a really long explanation that I like to burp and drink Pepsi. And Parker's trying not to be nervous.
Yeah, I'm not good at the front of the camera and talking.
By the time we're done with this shit, you're good at it. But really, at the end of the day, we're just two good friends, and we both love pedals, tinkering toys. We love guitars. We love amps. Yep. We talk about that shit way more than any two. Most dudes are talking about cars and pussy. What do we talk about?
Guitars.
Amps, pedals, amps.
Picks,
guitars,
strings, pickups, straps.
Hey, did you see the...
Not strap-ons, but straps.
Well, sometimes, depending on the mood.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Shit happens.
Yes, it does. That's going to be a lot of fun. And maybe as we get rolling and things get better, maybe we'll do like a fan collab pedal or something just for fun. You know, just maybe do a couple of them where we'll let you guys help us write a treatment. And then I'll vote like on what builder you'd like to see actually try to pull it off. One, it challenges the builders. Yeah. It challenges the designers. We're the builders. But it challenges the designers, and I think that's what they like the most so far. The guys that we've talked to is what we've asked them to do. It's going to challenge them because there's got to be a reason why.
Tasty?
Pepsi. You know what's weird about Pepsi? It does taste exactly the same the second time around.
Yeah. If you like that caramel flavor.
Yeah.
Another idea I just happened to think of. Artwork. fans or other people can submit artwork and we can pick a winner and their artwork will be on the pedal and then they win the pedal or something.
That's actually a really good idea.
They can have like artwork by they'll have their name on it. And
maybe this would be a fun thing to do. Look at this, we're brainstorming live on camera. Maybe it'd be a fun thing to do. Like we start off with our artwork, then maybe because what we're working on right now essentially is going to be launching into 2025.
Yeah.
It might come out in the third quarter or fourth quarter of 24, but that's going to be what we call a soft launch. First launch is usually a soft launch, right?
I kind of like hard launch, but I'm not really good for soft.
You heard it first here. But maybe when we go to redo the graphics, because you want, if the pedal's good, it doesn't need to be changed. But sometimes you just want to have a different look.
Yeah.
Sort of like you get a classic car and it's canary fucking yellow. And you're not a Baywatch babe or a dude that's trying to fucking reel one in like a fishing lure. Canary yellow might not be your thing. Maybe cherry red is. So you go have it painted. That's a good idea. Have people submit artwork, and if we pick your artwork, one, it will say artwork by on the physical pedal.
Yep.
And we will, I can't really say gift because you'll have earned it, a pedal.
Yeah, like it's time to do another batch of this segment drive, and you know what? Let's do a special edition for the.
I think we should do it for a whole year. It'd be a good way. One, two, if you're an artist and you want to show people your work, this thing will be in production over the course of a year, going out, people buying it. Your artwork is actually on something being purchased. Yeah. And, you could literally throw it on a resume. Like, I designed or did artwork for this pedal for TDSFX. Yeah.
Because I would like to support artists as much as possible.
Yeah.
So that's just an idea.
As a matter of fact, I'd have artists do our artwork if it wasn't $500-$600 for pedal artwork, which is fucking ridiculous, by the way.
And time consuming
And if we do that, then it becomes really hard to sell a pedal at a reasonable thing. Again, that's why a lot of these people like TDSFX, Richard's designed one for us. His artwork is why I bought the first pedal that I ever bought from TDSFX. Might as well call it what it is. His artwork is insane. And the guy that draws it, he's not giving it to him. He has to buy that. So he has to sell so many units just to pay that guy. Well, to do that, he has to charge the customer X amount of dollars. He's not doing it because he's like, I love building pedals so much, I just want to break even. He's got a house, he's got a car, got the best dog in the world. The dog delivers the pedals, for God's sake. Like modern day Pony Express. How cool is that? By the way, look up TDSFX's address. Send dog treats. That dog deserves them.
Absolutely.
Fuck it. Send Richard some treats.
And the artwork we're coming up with, pretty freaking amazing.
It's not horrible artwork. Using AI, I know right now is kind of like a dirty trade secret. It's not even really a secret. It's just a dirty trade. Yep. But this is why. If artists were reasonable for small builders, like it's different. Like if you're going to be selling 2,000-3,000 pedals, you probably can afford to pay somebody $500 to $1,000 for their art. We don't really see in a 3-month period selling enough to go, holy shit, we sold 2,500 pedals.
No.
One, I ain't got the fucking time to build half for 2,500 pedals. Not gonna happen. That's also what's awesome about not doing pre-sales.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure. When they're done, they're done. They'll go up on Big Cartel. Yes, you will have a warning that they're going up. And I think it'd be good for everybody, because everyone's going, you never get stuff out, let me know. I get paid on Thursday or Friday. I think what we do, we should tell people on Monday that it's coming out on the site on Friday at 3 p.m., whatever the average time would be. Would that be Central or Mountain Time that would be average?
Well, we're on Central Time, so...
Yeah, so fuck you. It's going to be Central Time.
And I would say at least a 5 to a week notice, 5 day to a week notice that they're coming out.
Maybe the Friday before we talk about it. That way people can plan.
Yeah.
And there could be just 25, or if something was wrong with one of the boards or something, it could only be 24. But first come, first serve. That's the only way to do it. It's the only fair way to do it.
Yep.
When you're doing small builds, and if it's successful, we will keep building. If it takes a month and a half to sell 25, we might not be motivated to get right back to building another 25. You know? Again, busy life, busy life. And it's a passion project. It's as much about shining a light on other builders as it is building stuff ourselves, really. And it's paying homage to something that we love. I mean, we love pedals. So if we're going to do stuff, it has to be good. Because if it's not good, I personally would not okay it to come out.
No. And we both got to agree that we both are good with it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you may absolutely love it, but if it doesn't work for me, then tough shit.
Yeah. What's really good is we're both really super even-keeled people. So it's like one of those things, like, it's not just like, oh, fuck it, this sucks. It's more like, I'd like to see it kind of do this. It's not saying it sucks. It's just saying, or even the idea, like, when we come up with the boost, when we were talking about it, like, you didn't understand what I was talking about at first. And then you said something like, oh, that would actually be smart. Instead of doing this, let's do this. And then you're like, oh, that's what you're talking about? But yeah, that's a good idea. But that idea would have never came forward if you hadn't said, you know. That's part of, like, working together. You work together, you get two brains. I don't care what anybody says. If you take two smart people, two dumb people, two people will always be better than one. Because you have a check and a balance. And then you have people you're trying to commission to design that board. They can even go, guys.
This ain't going to work.
Have you ever seen it? No.
There's a reason.
We've all tried it. And some of that stuff, if we asked for something, you're going to have to be okay if they go, you know what, if I can make that happen, I'd do it for my fucking self. That means, one, you have a damn good idea, but the fact it doesn't exist is because people have tried and epically failed.
Yep.
And there's no sense to try to kick, if we don't know how to design it, the board, there's no sense trying to kick that door down because our hands are tied. Because we don't know how to do that. You know? You have to be patient enough and smart enough to listen to people that are patient and more smart than you.
Absolutely.
You know? But at the end of the day, that's where we're at. We have a working prototype in hand for the Segment drive. We have work to do on it yet. Probably have another update, probably I'd say a month to 2 months, probably. Takes a little time because Park lives
9 hours
nine hours away from me. Shay lives many of 9 hours away from me and way more of 9 hours away from him. Shay is like West Coast. And we have to do all this stuff kind of remotely. This is a treat. You know, sometimes I get to Park's house. It's the first time Park's ever came back here. Love to have you back again, by the way.
Absolutely.
And it takes time, but with time, there's no rush. There's no making mistakes because you're trying to beat a deadline. There's no going, it's just good enough, let's get it out. Yeah. Where we can take our time. If this thing doesn't launch in 2024,
I'm good with that.
It'll bum me out a little bit because it was my goal.
Yeah.
Our goal.
Very doable goal, but
very doable. But if it doesn't happen, it's not because we just didn't give it the care and attention. It's because things weren't right. They have to be right. And when they're right, I think we'll all be happy. I think the designers of the boards will be happy that the product is out and that their name's attached to it too, so they don't want a piece of shit coming out.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're not. You know, they wouldn't put their name on it if it wasn't good enough for them.
Yeah. And 9 out of 10 times, like, it might not be perfect for us, but they thought it was really good. So another thing too is dealing with designers that are okay with criticism because we want it to be good for us. And our theory is if it's good for us, it's going to be good for other people.
Yeah.
Because I'm an overdrive snob. I'm okay with people knowing that. If it's a shitty overdrive, I don't keep it. I've got plenty of them. So that means I've got plenty of good overdrive. I'm not running short on overdrive pedals. We'll just put it that way. You definitely can tell whose bills I like without asking any questions. But yeah. Park, he's got quite the collection himself. He actually understands why they do what they do. I just know they sound cool as shit.
Well, that's how you learn. You gotta kind of figure out what's going on inside.
But that's, like I said, that's pretty much it. But you'll see more pictures and stuff popping up as we get doing stuff. We'll put little teaser pictures out of what's going on, because sometimes there's not really much to say.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've had like enough stuff to actually like have that conversation, right?
Yeah.
And as things get moving forward with the segment drive, I'll post more videos of running it through stuff.
I'm excited about Pedal 2 already moving forward as quick as it is.
This one moved forward really fast too. The first two, one, extremely lucky that these guys said yes. Because neither one of them needed to.
Yeah.
They're both brilliant. If you've never heard of This Heavy Earth or TDSFX, you really need to go check their stuff out. And I'm not saying that because they're doing this for us. I literally could turn that camera around and you'll see that I don't fuck around. I love both those companies. I got a whole wall of their stuff from both those brands. It's quite magnificent when you look at them sitting like that. Sometimes I just look at
very
it
smart, very smart idea. I like it.
I got that from Jason Frankhauser. Like I watched, I was like, dude, that's fucking smart. And he goes, yeah, it was my wife's idea. So technically, it was Miss Frankhauser that came up with that idea. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, those over-the-door shoe holders, they hold pedals awesome, by the way. And you get them on Amazon for like $8. Shout out to Miss Frankhauser. She's awesome. She might not know she's changing the pedal world, but she is. I really do love that.
Yeah.
It works so damn good. It's genius. Big shout out to Jason Frankhouse too. Chuck Journal, son. But anyhow, very cool. As soon as we have something else to mention, we will hop back on here. Or someone just randomly pop up with us fucking dicking off. Doing something stupid.
Maybe a little sound video.
Yeah. I'll always, even if the prototype isn't right, I will always document some tones from it, just because we can see where it goes.
Yeah. It'd be good to look back on and compare.
A little history. Because even though this isn't right where we want it, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. When we first got it, oh my god. You didn't even need a gain on your friggin' amp.
Yeah.
It was a little much. So we cut the gain in half.
Yeah.
Cut the gain in half. It's still a shit ton of gain. Wait, that's half? It's so funny. But I'm learning a lot too, just from this one pedal, and I'm kind of excited because I'm starting to understand a lot more about what makes these toys that I love actually work. There's a lot to it, but at the end of the day, it's actually quite simple.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot of common sense, but then again, I'm not designing anything.
Yeah.
So, seeing where things go. If you can build a model car, you technically can build a pedal.
I think so. As long as you can solder.
Yeah, soldering's a thing. Let me tell you right now.
Very important to be good solder.
I can't say I do that yet.
Yeah. Bad solder is not good.
I'm fucking good at that. But I am practicing. Don't worry. If you get a pedal and it's been built by my dumbass, it'll be right. Nothing will ever come out without being tested. And I'm talking about just plugging it in once. Yeah, it works. No. I will sit down with anything that I build and I will play riffs through an amp. And if it doesn't sound right, if something sounds off and I think I'm wrong, what's awesome is shipping happens every day. I'll take that board, I'll put it inside some bubble wrap, I'll send it to Park, go, what did I do wrong? If he can't figure it out, then we just start over. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
I'm not going to send shit out. Fucking refuse to. I'd rather eat money than send something shitty out.
Yeah, well, we don't have to worry about that because we're not going to do that.
Exactly. But if a pedal doesn't show up, we do lose money. But it's, to me, I'm okay with it. If we break even because we did the right thing, I'll be all right with that.
Yeah.
I just don't know how many pedals I'll make.
I'll be proud of something being out there.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be fun. So far, it's been a blast. It's been no stress. Nothing's really set a roadblock up on us.
No.
We have good ideas. Matter of fact, we got ideas that are going ahead of the pace we're working, which is a really, really, really good thing. A lot of people struggle to have ideas that are good. And we've got more ideas than what we care to have. So it's working out quite well.
I'm very happy.
Yes, me too. Wicked good. All right. Again, I am Shawn.
I am Park.
We are TDSFX. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments, please. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies. And don't worry about your mom. She already knows about us. And technically, you can send your mom for like real. Like, you know what I mean? Anyhow, we will catch you in the next post. Whether it is words, it is video, it is pictures. We will be there. If you ever have questions for TDSFX, please drop in comments or message us through Facebook, because that's the only outlet we have at this present time.
Yeah, I'm good at answering whatever I can answer.
Yep. There's some stuff that we can't tell you, we just can't tell you, which won't be very much, because we're pretty open with the people that we work with. Like, hey, we're going to talk about this.
Yeah, we have their permission so far to talk about just about anything.
So which is pretty awesome. It just shows that it's kind of uncharted territory, but I think if it goes really well, one, it will give an avenue too to some of these guys that could use like that extra lane, you know, and it also gives opportunity for maybe some other two jack-offs down the road to go, I want to build a couple pedals, but I don't know how to design a board. Well, these fucking idiots did it.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and there's plenty of room out there for everybody.
Yeah, we're not looking to put anybody out of business.
Yeah, no. Matter of fact, if it did happen, I would feel like an epic piece of shit. Like, seriously. There's only, like, really one person, if he went out of business, I'd be okay with. And we all know who it is. No matter who you are. Even if you're him and you're watching this right now, you're like, yeah, they're fucking talking about me. You have to know. You're a fucking douche. But there's that one guy. But there's always that one guy. Yeah. Whether you're in a bowling club, you're in porn, there's that one guy. Just ask Ron Jeremy. He'll tell you. He's been that guy for a long time. But I'm karate. But there's always that one person. But really, I'd like to see the community just always be strong.
Yeah.
You know, there's only so many overdrives you can make that are going to be legendary. And they're legendary because at that time when they came out, the moment they dropped, people had a use for it in the way that it operated. You never know when that's going to hit. But TDSFX, the Savage Drive, basically built his company. And to this day is still a fucking legendary overdrive. Hell, he's on number 5.
Yeah.
And none of them are the same. Yeah, he changes them.
And a lot of overdrives are based on stuff that was done in the late 70s. This reamped. My idea is try to make stuff for the modern amps.
Yep.
Or modelers even. You know, you want to. Some people are plugging pedals into modelers. I kind of want to think forward and do stuff that's for the modern stuff.
Yeah. Well, there's no sense in making stuff for the past.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to respect the past.
You learn from it.
Absolutely. Usually. I mean, there's those few people that don't, but we have places we put those people. We gotta get out of here, man. We can sit here and keep cracking jokes all day long. But anyway, again, my name is Shawn.
I'm Park.
We are TDSFX. Thank you for tuning in for this long-winded fucking explanation of what the hell's going on in our lives. And we'll be seeing you pretty soon, one way or the other, whether it's pictures or love notes from your mom or some shit. You know, we'll be around. We'll be around. We're not going anywhere. And like to have that segment out in 2024. I don't see why we wouldn't.
I think it's very doable.
Got a lot of time.
Yeah.
Got a lot of time.
As long as we use it wisely.
Well, none for nothing. Shay's fucking fast.
Yeah.
We're the ones that be holding anything up, not him. He's a fast son of a bitch. Very smart man. And Richard's the same way. He's real fast.
Very nice to talk to.
Yeah, super nice guy. It's actually, it was one of my favorite things I did was in the last year was stop by his place. He's like such a cool dude. Like was like, damn, I can't believe I'm sitting here. Yeah. He's like the nicest guy ever. All right. Anyhow, we can sit. It's like we're having a conversation with ourselves.
Yeah. Well, we basically are just filming it.
Yeah. We do this even when we're not on film, believe it or not. Like fucking chatty Cathy's. I talked to him on the phone longer than I talked to my old lady. That's fucking scary. Do with Royce too. Apparently I know how to talk to dudes. I don't know what should be proud of that. All right. We'll catch you all later. If you have any questions, again, please reach out. We're okay with questions. You just want to be a dick? No, fuck it. Do that too. I don't care. Just tell people about TDSFX.
Be prepared to just, we can fire back. Yeah.
We're not scared. You can try to cancel us, but, what do you do if you cancel the internet? Just fucking come up with a new name. Fuck it. All right. We'll catch you all later. You have yourself a great day. Ciao.
Take care.